Hello everyone, System Chalk here with another entry of the story of Ike Upscribe, the Apostle Obsonate. Now, I'm recording this video, and I've made a decision that I am going to try and do a little bit more in terms of the releases. So I'm going to try and do an additional video every week. And currently I'm thinking about releasing that on Friday, but the biggest challenge that I have with that is I know that once I start doing something, people are going to expect regularity. Friday may not be the best day for me, may not be the best day for you, and I may find that I run out of episodes to do. So starting with this episode, I'm going to be doing 2 releases a week, and I'm going to be trying to release it around the same time, about 6 o'clock Eastern Time on Friday. But please keep in mind that there's a lot going on in my life right now, and I'm trying to find time to record these and have them ready for you in time. And as always, if you'd like to keep up to date with what's going on, you can feel free to subscribe and hit the notification button for what's going on. And if you think the pace is still too slow, or if you'd like, if you think other days are working, I always love reading your comments, so thank you for that. Now, I only have a little bit of time, so let's carry on. We've entered the White Door. In my dreams I know the path to the White Door through the bounds, but that path is thronged with the dead who pass this way. I will need health to resist their chill. And I suppose we actually finished our trip to the White Door, but I feel like we should have a description of what happened in the White Door. And yeah, so it looks like things are a little bit twisted here. Let's get a quick read on the situation, actually. It's been a little while since the last episode for recording for me, so enemy is preparing an action. We've got Slee. Alright, it's a respite, I think. Or I could be reading this in the wrong order, but we're not going to gain anything by adding new people, so we'll leave that. The weary detective is searching for information on us, so I might be able to get another painting in for money, but I need to be a little careful. And then we are recruiting and improving. Ah, yes, I'm trying to bring myself up to that extra level of physique. That's a tricky one for me, actually, because I would like to get some more money from painting. And I'm going to have to decide that in 12 seconds. And then, of course, we've got our expedition. Our expedition is going to generate some notoriety for me. And it's actually very likely that the weary detective will find that in time. And unfortunately, we've lost some money. So the earth is hungry. A promising route reveals itself as a sucking snare. We'll have to go around and try again. So regrettably, we did not have enough forge to see things through. So I think I know what I need to do here. We'll head back to the White Door, and I think, maybe against my better judgment, I will... how much time do I have on this? 2:47 seconds. I think I need to accept that my notoriety is just gonna be a thing, so I think I am gonna paint with the imagination. They will not forget the savor I have given them. So, Pope Clifton is now a believer. Now Clifton improvises his new prayers rich with solar metaphors. He still shouts like a soldier and drinks like a sailor. Okay. So let's carry on with our recruitment drive. We're at a point now where I really actually do need to start paying attention to the sort of the level of my followers. So my follower will kneel as a novice and rise as an initiate. I will administer the necessary oaths myself. And of course, this is one of the problems we're running into. I don't have that many forge disciples. We're trying to get through Cater and Hero, and as it turns out, we weren't able to overcome the snare, which means that I've lost money as a result of that. I may not have enough to do that painting after all. Oh, nope, just enough. The clerks file out in silence. I am free for now. So I've got enough money to pay the rent while I try to do things that give me a little more meaning. Let's just take a second here and get the painting ready to go. You never know, this might be a living. But I didn't choose a subject, so I don't think I have any emotions. At this point, I should probably just choose someone. Paintings of Vernier are always popular. An expedition member has fallen. Our numbers dwindle. This is a huge problem. So Valsine is Valsine is not a machine. We are reasonably confident of that, because she has been observed now and then to commit quite human errors. Now here is this is the real drawback about me putting the funds into the expedition right away. Now that Valsine has fallen on the expedition, I don't have any Forge followers to help us get past the snare. So Lantern is our next best bet, and of course Slee is already on the mission, and we're currently upgrading Pope Clifton, so I have absolutely nobody to come in and help poor Neville, who is left in Cater and Hero. Our expedition plans for the next challenge. It'll consume funds. I can add funds now, or I could send another follower. Pope Clifton might become available after this sort of runs over, but it's going to be very close here. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes the river runs clear. Now, this is going to want funds. I'm not going to give it to them because I need to pay the rent. It may mean that we have to give up a little bit as far as it may mean we have to give up in terms of the return, but now I need to think about how I'm going to pay for Valsine's care. Oh no, Season of Sickness is coming up. That might be enough to do her in. All right, so let's just think about the next few steps. I am going to try and get another vitality because I'm going to have labor. Labor is going to be sort of closed off to me for the next little while. The Savorous Blood. Okay, so I think in this case I should use the Delightful Blood in a recruitment. And we'll see how long Neville has to get past the treacherous ground. Sucking mud, tricksy fissures. The earth is hungry. We need Lantern to show us the way, or Forge to make us one. So we've got 27 seconds. Fortunately, Clifton is going to be able to come in at just the last minute, so we're rushing through the ritual to recruit him. Rote effort. Honestly, I'm only going through the motions. The quality of my work will no doubt suffer. Alright, learning connections. Our immortal enemy has allies and resources in many nations. They move slowly, but as time passes, they will bring more and more of those allies and resources to bear against us. And okay. They're going to be upgrading. I think I want the Orchard of Lights this time. Story of a city without a gate, of a queen who was not born, of a war that was not fought. Last night I walked in the Orchard of Lights. I plucked the fruit, which is always ripe, and consumed it in 2 bites. The taste is not to be forgotten. As I licked the glowing juices from my fingers, I saw a message carved in the bark of the tree. When I woke, I recorded the message, all that I could remember, in my diary. So not bad. I am going to need... I think it's the talk verb to heal. Aspect wound, this one has suffered in my service. Wounded followers don't count as followers and can't be used as agents or assisted. They may die in the season of sickness. Use talk to treat them. So yeah, 28 seconds. This could have gone very bad for me. As long as I make money, I'm okay. And if I don't make money, I think we wind up losing Valsine. But while I'm at it, we can still go through the white door. There's nothing in Dream that's going to solve the problem I currently have. Okay. In pain we are born, in hunger we are embraced, in delight we are devoured. These are the gates of the body, and this is her promise. Not all that is born decays. In remembrance of that promise, we give ourselves to the feast. So, Clifton's devotions have grown complex. His eyes have grown wide and shining. His voice has become even louder. So, we'll put him into the expedition. We call upon the Watchman who illuminates. The Watchman will lend virtue to our lamps, and that they will show us the perils to avoid. Probably. Alright, so we've got Rhaenyra back. Alright, looks like we did get some money out of this. Which is good. So we'll go back to Glover and Glover. Now I need to, so I've got the delightful blood, I need to wait for that. Attempt healing of a follower. Compassion or convenience? Definitely convenience. And in this case, there's only one option for healing, which is money. So we just avoided a pretty catastrophic outcome. But we'll try to avoid, any, we will try to avoid the despair that comes from not fulfilling the role with the delightful blood. I'm going to need to have the talk verb available for that because the expedition is moving forward. We're mud spattered and thorn scratched, but we've made it through. And I've become unwell. So Season of Visions is coming up next. That means that I need to be particularly on guard for fascination. Once we go through the gate, and once the time has passed for the sickness, we'll use the vitality to improve myself. And I think in this case here I'm going to go study with health again, just because I'm going to have to give up at least one of this vitality for my convalescence. Treasures lie before us. We're mud spattered and thorn scratched, but we've made it through. I think I will take the Furtive Truth. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think Keeglan's Scratch is the last place I want to check. Many of the dead enter the mansis through the white door. They wander its corridors in silence until they are lost. Some embrace each other, some devour each other, some force their way into the dreams of the living. A few record their memories on the mansis stone where it is soft. They scratch it with their nails, you see. Last night, I read one of those memories. So the Furtive Truth is a detail smuggled in from an adjacent narrative. Don't speak where you may be overheard. And we've got Keeglan's Scratch, but we still haven't got the place that sort of keeps returning, so we'll take our Furtive Truth and explore with that when we get a chance. The beginning of an ending. The wound is healed. This one came very close to death. Silence has touched them like snow. So Valsine, in addition to having Forge, now has 2 points of Winter, which may or may not be useful to us, but for the time being, we don't need them for the expedition, so they'll stop by. Stand by, rather. Okay, so let's just take a minute here because we've got a few timers that are close to expiring, and there's going to be some consequences for some particular actions. So I'm going to lose the glimmering just because I don't really have. I'm not really in a spot where I can take advantage of improving my my passion even more, or my imagination even more. In fact, the poetry is going to be the thing that I'm really interested in there, but I need money for more books. The one thing that I need to worry about the most is the delightful blood, because we're not going to be able to consume the blood again. We need to find a use for it. We don't have the auction house available to us. More importantly, it may not be the most useful choice. So in this case, using it as an ingredient into some kind of a ritual, which in this case we only have recruitment available, is probably our best bet. Enid is currently an acquaintance, so I think this makes the most sense. Enid speaks softly, and sometimes her gaze doesn't focus on anything visible. It may be that you've dreamed the same dreams. So we'll take the Order of the Bloody Cup, Enid, and we will use the delightful blood as part of the ritual. This one is ready. And then, of course, we've got work. Now, in this case, I am a little short on health because of the disease, but I think generating some extra vitality is what I'd like to do. And then, of course, we don't have as much mystique for the paintings, and of course, we're going to be running even shorter on them as the investigation carries on. So in this case, this is the most advantageous to me at the moment. Once again, I put my strength to use, and in 45 seconds we should have some money. But this has closed off the option of the white door for me, so I can go through the stag door with my reason, or I can go through the wood with my passion. And in this case, I will go through the wood. The wood just on the chance that I get a Furtive Truth in one of the deeper areas. So I think if I didn't do that other painting, I might have actually been able to dodge the notoriety that's going to get picked up by the wary detective. But I can live with the reputation. I I can just get Elizabeth or Sylvia to go fix it. This illness has damaged my health. I'll need to rest before I'm fully recovered. Cure your affliction with funds or vitality. So 35 seconds to wait there. I still have 45 seconds on that vitality, which is good news. I believe I need 4 to improve my strength. They will not forget the savor I have given them. Enid speaks softly, and sometimes her gaze doesn't focus on anything visible. She sees things that others don't. So while we're carrying on, I think at this point, while it would be nice to try and bring in more recruits, I am trying to minimize the amount of mystique that I generate right now. So let's bring Enid into to the higher levels. My follower will kneel as a novice and rise as an initiate. I will administer the necessary oaths myself. Sleaze back in from the night. Our spy has returned to us. Alright, lots of things just happened there. So, fresh air and exercise, so I've got some extra health to run around with. Oh, there's Cater's office. Okay, we'll deal with Cater's office. So we got the Course of the Heart. That's from having the... so in addition to the study, we got an extra vitality because of the Principle of Heart. Whenever the Principle of Heart is implicated, I may gain vitality. So that'll give us 3, but again, I believe here we need 4 lessons learned, and one of these is about to expire. So I suppose the question is, yeah, I can still combine them. Cater's office. 2 floorboards lift away to reveal a hollow beneath Cater's desk. The rats have made free with the biscuits he stored here against the peckishness which haunts the entrepreneur, but they could not penetrate this lockbox. A moment with a crowbar will open it. Alright, so let's see the goodies that we got, but I am going to build it up dramatically. So here's the notoriety I was trying to avoid. We've got our beloved Neville. So Apollo and Marsyas, a libretto of a lost opera concerning the contest between Apollo and Marsyas and its tragic outcome. The librettist is identified only by their initials, RKNJL. And actually, I'm probably not going to be able to read these tonight, so I will just take these books and set them aside. We've got a vital pigment, which I'll add to my Meravine idol, which is good for heart. The Meravi would make little wooden idols to placate the witch twins they feared in the lake. The lake is almost dry now, but the idols and the witch twins yet remain, yet shadowed with the aspect of heart. And we've got an abandoned warehouse, which is a potential headquarters if we so choose. A rotting shell beside a rotting river. Who would follow us there? Now, I'd love to go and do another expedition, but of course I need the money for it, and we are a little bedraggled at the moment, so I'm trying to think about the best thing that I can do with the explore verb. Let's just go and use our furtive truth. Odd nooks remain in the quiet countryside here and there for those who know where to look. And we'll send Pope Clifton in. He served us well. My strength attracts comment. Not all the comments are compliments. I draw my pay and leave. So, much needed financial capital. The scratching of pens, the sourness of dust, the sighing of the younger Glover, and the greedy gurgling of the elder. And in 10 seconds I will try and heal myself. I have been ignoring the commissions. This is just because I've got other... I basically just have too many things demanding my attention. Let's go to the well. The well might actually also give me something else. Well, we still have a furtive truth. A detail smuggled in from an adjacent narrative. Don't speak this where you may be overheard. The velvet is strong at the well in the wood, and the velvet is the hour that keeps secrets. But now and then she lets a little secret fall, like a crumb at a feast. Last night I found moss-clad rock written all around with the secrets of another history. I might give thanks to the velvet, but it will not be wiser to draw her attention. So, I also forgot to read the vital pigment. It is not unusual for this red to survive the death of the body. I don't quite want to use this in ceremonies yet, but it's nice to know that we have the option. And where do I want to go? I think let's take our... All I need now is time. We will be... Okay, we still have time with the blood. And of course, the notoriety will be turned into evidence reasonably soon, I think. So at some point I am going to want to read these books. Those books are actually a really nice little addition because my study verb has been sort of dedicated to vitality lately. But I do also want to take advantage of, because I haven't gone up in Glover at Glover, I do sort of want to take advantage of a, I would, if I can, like to take advantage of the faster rate at which I can acquire money by being strong. In pain we are born, in hunger we are embraced, in delight we are devoured. These are the gates of the body, and this is her promise. Not all that is born decays. In remembrance of that promise, we give ourselves to the feast. And Enid now sees what others do not. It is becoming difficult for her, but it is very useful. And this is the point where I need to finish up. I'm a little bit over, so thank you very much for watching. We've got our first expedition in a while done, and we will try and build ourselves back up to a point where we can take advantage of more. I will see some of you on Friday, and until then, have a wonderful evening.